And welcome back to Sports Talk as we continue on this Friday afternoon. Steve Kaplowitz, very excited about our next guest joining us on our Village Inn hotline, where all of our guests always appear. So yesterday we had the opportunity to chat with Tyrone Crawford and Anthony Hitchens from the Dallas Cowboys. They are going to be coming into town on Sunday for our Sports and Get Fit Expo at the Socorro Entertainment Center, along with this next gentleman who joins us on the phone lines right now. Cole Beasley of the Dallas Cowboys is with us, and we're going to get a chance to spend a little time talking to Cole. And first off, I'm excited about having you back in El Paso because the last time you were here, you played with SMU, and you probably wanted to get out of town as fast as possible.
Well, we didn't really get to experience it. Like you said, we were playing, so I don't really know much about El Paso. I haven't done much there, so besides playing that stadium, I don't know anything about it. So looking forward just to come out there and see what they're about.
I'll tell you what, we're looking forward to having you. You probably already know about Cowboys fans from just every place you've been to, but There's something special about El Paso, Cole. It's hard to explain, but as a Cowboy, when you come here and you get a chance to see just how fanatic the supporters are in this city, it's probably one of those things you won't forget.
Yeah, that's what I've been told. I heard it's pretty rowdy in El Paso. I'm looking forward to it.
It is. By the way, speaking of rowdy, how was that concert last night for Willie Nelson? Did it get pretty rowdy out there, or just everybody having a good time?
Everybody was just having a good time. I bought a suite for my mom's birthday. It was her birthday yesterday, so I had a lot of family come through, and we went out there and had a little birthday cake and decorated the suite for her and surprised her a little bit, so it was fun.
That's awesome. Now, if you've never seen Willie in concert, how do you describe it?
Well, he doesn't sing as much as he used to. He's getting up there in age, but it's still fun to watch. He's a living legend, so it was a lot of fun. Still entertaining as ever, and we all enjoyed it.
Awesome. About 22 years ago, I'm in college at the University of Texas, and it was Willie's, I think it was his 60th birthday, if I'm not mistaken. So I show up at the record store. He's got this autograph signing. They've got birthday cake for him, and I ended up getting a chance to meet him, and he autographed a CD for my mom and said, "Happy Mother's Day, Willie Nelson," which was pretty cool stuff, too.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. I didn't get a chance to meet him. I wish I could have.
Oh, unbelievable guy. But I'll tell you what, you'll probably get a chance to meet him soon enough because all of a sudden your life is changing by the day. You get the new contract. You had a great season with the Cowboys. And I'll tell you what, not bad for a guy that I'm sure when you were playing high school football for your dad and playing quarterback, even if you were to try to figure out the best case scenario, as things progress, you probably wouldn't have expected this.
I've always expected it because I have high expectations for myself, but no, nobody else really did. We've had more than enough doubters over the years, but I think that's kind of what helps me and keeps me going. So I'm kind of glad I had them.
So it's safe to say that after high school, you've kind of been playing with a chip on your shoulder all these years.
Oh, I've always been playing with a chip ever since middle school.
Well, I'll tell you, maybe you won't have to do that as much now because you're establishing yourself with the Cowboys and making a great name for yourself in the league. I want to just take you back to those high school days because few athletes get the chance to play for their dad and really learn the game from somebody like that's so close to it. Tell me, was it tougher for you playing for your father than just another coach, or could you really say that he's a big reason why you're doing what you're doing today?
I'd say both. I mean, he's a big reason why I'm doing what I'm doing today, and it's a little tougher because, when you're a coach's son, he's going to be hard on you just because, you're his son and he wants you to be great, and so it means a little more to him kind of coming at me. So he'd probably come at me a little bit harder and a little bit more than other guys, but I feel like that made me a lot better, and that helped me get where I am today.
Cole Beasley with us on our Village Inn hotline. You'll get a chance to meet him on Sunday when he arrives, along with a couple of Cowboys teammates for our Sports and Get Fit Expo happening at Socorro Entertainment Center. Everybody talks about your first training camp and about, I guess, your brief decision to walk away from the game and how you decided not to and you stuck with it, and now you see what really you're reaping those benefits. But I'm just curious, when that particular time happened for you, and you mentioned earlier in this interview that you've always been playing with that chip on your shoulder. Was that just one of those brief periods of times in your life where you just started for the first time really to have doubts?
No, I didn't really have a doubt about making the team or if I could do it or something like that. That had nothing to do with it. It was more dealing with the stuff that came with the football that I wasn't sure if I wanted to do or not. So that was the main thing behind that. I'm a quiet guy and I like my own space and I don't really like a lot of attention and stuff like that. So, that was just something I didn't know if I wanted to deal with off the field and dealing with media and being in the public eye all the time. So I was just all about football and just wanted to play football, and I knew it wasn't just going to be that. Once I was there for a while and I kind of learned how it was, it had nothing to do with me not believing in myself or me not thinking I could play. Actually, Coach Garrett actually asked me that. He's like, "Is it because you think you're not going to make the team?" I was like, "No." I was like, "I actually thought I was going to make the team. It had nothing to do with it." But that's just how it was for me.
That's really interesting because it's one thing to be an NFL player and make a name for yourself. But as you know, the Cowboys it's like the New York Yankees of football. So you've got fans everywhere you go and you're so high profile. So I can imagine that for you, it was probably just the same situation, but just magnified times 10 because it's the Dallas Cowboys.
Right. Exactly. And I didn't know how it was. With other teams, I was just thrown right into the Cowboys. So, I didn't know if it was just that because I was with the Cowboys or that's how it was going to be everywhere. But it was just something that I wasn't sure if I wanted to deal with or not.
Cole, what was the biggest adjustment you had to make from the college game at SMU to the pros?
Really just being patient and waiting for your turn is the biggest adjustment. When you come in to high school, you're getting the ball a ton, and then you got to make a little adjustment in college. You got to kind of work your way up a little bit, and then you'll start getting the ball a lot like that. And then, NFL, you got to. You're not even playing until you prove yourself. And to prove yourself, I was getting maybe 4 snaps a game. First I was inactive for like the first 3 or 4 games, and you got to prove yourself in practice. And then finally got an opportunity to play a little bit in the game, and then only have 4 plays. And with those 4 plays, it's either hit or miss. If you hit them, you may have a good career. If you miss them, you may not even get another opportunity. You're out of the NFL forever. So it's kind of a stressful deal and a hard deal to take advantage of. But luckily, I was able to do so.
People always tell me that the NFL game is so much faster than college. Is that the case?
It's definitely a little bit faster. I don't know how much faster. I don't even remember how fast college football was anymore. Because now I'm so accustomed to the NFL, but it was definitely a big speed increase from college. It's pretty insane to think about. It's hard to explain, but it's definitely an adrenaline rush and fun to do.
As far as your downtime during the season and during the off season, it's got to be easier now because although you'll make trips like this to El Paso to meet fans, sign autographs, and shake hands, for the most part, you're given a chance to kind of do your own thing a little bit more and just concentrate on working out and preparing during the off season. When you're in the grind of that, that 16-game season plus the preseason and the postseason games, and you deal with all that, are you able now to figure it out where you can remove yourself from all of that spotlight like you talked about and still have enough time to yourself to enjoy it?
Oh yeah, the off season is definitely the perfect time for that. And, some guys they don't really need to get away. Some guys are working out at Valley Ranch right now, and some guys are taking their time and getting away. Everybody's different, and I like to get away and spend time with my family as much as I can, and kind of do my own thing for a little bit and work out and get ready for the season at the same time. But I'm a guy that likes to get away a little bit and enjoy the other things I like to do in life, and then get back to football when it's time.
Now, I understand that for you, a nice something on your wish list will be a giant hunting ranch that you want for both you and your family.
Oh, yeah.
Have you had a chance to scout out some land to try to figure out where that will be?
Man, that's all I've been doing the past 3 days because I'm actually at my parents' right now because we went to the Willie Nelson concert. So we've been doing that for the past 3 days, just looking all over the place and trying to find the perfect one. But we're finding out none of them are going to be perfect. We're just going to have to pick and choose which one we want. And, we take everybody's opinion into account. But me and my dad are just kind of working to see what we really want to do with all that. So I have no idea where it's going to be yet. It's definitely going to be in Texas, though, but we're not sure where yet.
All right, so you're narrowing it down. Do you want to try to keep it around Central Texas, possibly West Texas? Any idea there?
Kind of Southwest, probably more southern. I don't know, not sure yet, but somewhere in that area, probably.
All right. We're talking to Cole Beasley here on Sports Talk as we continue. A lot of Cowboy fans were just thrilled with last season. The team went farther than they had in quite a while, and I think the excitement right now is that based on last season and the offseason so far, a lot of Cowboy fans expect regular playoff trips and deep playoff trips. Cole, it seems like the team is finally starting to really turn the corner as to what they can achieve on the field.
Oh, yeah, and they should. I mean, you always want to have high expectations for yourself no matter what it's in, so I don't blame them. We definitely have high expectations for ourselves, and we don't feel like we even reached our expectations last year, not even close, not until we get to the Super Bowl and we win one. So that's always our goals, and that's first and foremost, and that's going to be our goal every year. It's been our goal for every year that I've been on the Cowboys, so it's just tough, man. Everybody's good in the NFL, so you never know who's going to win on a Sunday. So you just got to keep grinding and keep working.
I asked this question to Des Bryant 2 years ago and Terrence Williams last year because they both came in for our Sports and Get Fit Expo. So I'll ask you the same question. What's it like as a receiver having Tony Romo throwing footballs to you during games?
It's definitely great. I mean, he's one of the best to do it. He's one of the greats. So I'd never seen anything like it until I got to the Cowboys. He's a great quarterback, man. He's really smart. He has quick release, and he learns everything about his receivers and knows where his guys are best at and knows how to use them. And he pushes for guys that he knows can play. So he's definitely pushed for me, and I'm very appreciative of that. And I'll go out there and do whatever I can to help him.
Have you guys developed enough of a rapport together where for the most part, you could say that you guys are in sync at all times? He'll always know where you're going to be on the field during every play?
Almost. There's like one or two times during the season where we'll not be on the same page. I was thinking something and he was thinking something, but it's always a learning experience for me. So anytime I do something that he maybe wasn't looking for, I'll go talk to him and ask him what he wanted me to do, and so then I'll know, and I can kind of get in his brain, get in mine, so we know where everybody's going to be at the same time. We can all be on the same page. So we definitely try to have the best connection we can, because you definitely don't want to have mistakes, and those lead to turnovers, and we don't want that.
Folks, we're going to get a chance to see and meet Cole Beasley this Sunday at our Sports and Get Fit Expo, along with Tyrone Crawford and Anthony Hitchens, plus Tyron Smith will be here as well. So 4 members of the Dallas Cowboys this Sunday here in El Paso. I noticed you're very active on Twitter. You've got a Twitter account at Bees11, but I love social media because it gives athletes a chance to really be themselves, but you're pretty accessible. You'll respond to a lot of questions from fans, conversations from fans, and you're also not going to take any crap from anybody, are you?
Never.
It's the way it should be, Cole.
Yeah, that's how I feel. But I know people hold us to our standard, but I mean, we're just regular people, just like everybody else, and I don't want anybody to think that they can say something to me and I won't say anything back.
That's exactly right, and that's the way. And to be honest, you said you're just like everybody else. If you think about it, social media is one way to do it, because you couldn't connect with fans like that, 5-10 years ago.
That's the only way, and that gives them a voice to try to come at us. So I'm going to use it as a voice to come back at them.
Now, let me ask you. I've seen the photo bomb with you and Roger Goodell and Jerry Jones. It's one of the all-time greats. But I understand that when fans see you on Sunday, you might look a little different than you did in that picture.
Oh yeah, I cut my hair.
How about the beard?
Oh, definitely. Well, the beard's growing out right now. I just get lazy, man. It has nothing to do with me trying to make a fashion statement or anything. It's just however I'm feeling, and I'll shave someday. I don't know when it's going to be, but it'll happen, I'm sure.
Right, but when they see you on Sunday, you're going to see a guy with short hair and a big beard.
Maybe. I might shave before then. You never know.
Right.
I'll have short hair, though.
Good. We'll keep our fans guessing. That's what it's all about. Hey, listen,
Yes,
have a great trip into town on Sunday. I look forward to seeing you again, and thanks so much for giving us all the time and talking football with us here on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Cole Beasley joining us on Sports Talk as we continue. Take a break, come back, plenty more on this Friday edition of the program from Shamali Ford. I attend Lee Trevino. Sports Talk continues, part of Team 600. It's ESPN El Paso.